When your broken down antique clock strikes about 7:30, you want to take the train and arrive in a small town called Suffolk, New York. Past the beautiful, bustling boulevards with all these cultural shops, you got your Italian American, your Chinese American, your Latin American, and your Fattening American. And all these little curiosity shops and gates leading to beautiful painted walls, and eventually you'll make your way to this tiny little sliver of a hole in the wall, and you're not even sure what it is. It's only marked by these rhino signs up in the air, and a rhino on the door, maybe another rhino on the door. They love their rhinos. But all you see when you look inside is this giant staircase leading to who knows where. You go up the stairs, give them your ticket, and you open up onto this bar where you can sit down, buy a drink, buy food, and get ready for the time of your life. This is the Rhino Murder Mystery Scavenger Hunt Puzzle Escape Room. It's everything you could want, and I'm gonna tell you all about it. The name of the game is Who Killed Mr. Rhino? It's a murder mystery game where you need to figure out which of the 4 suspects killed the famous Mr. Rhino. But just like a real case, you need to figure out how they did it by connecting them to the murder weapon and why they did it, their motive. Once time is up, each team will have to fill out an answer sheet and get every single question about the murder right. There are big prizes for everyone who gets it perfectly right, but we'll talk about that at the end. After all, it's good to wait a little bit before we talk about the prizes. Because first, we need to ask ourselves, how do you solve the murder of Mr. Rhino? Well, the game has 3 parts. The first part is the alibi phase. Just like a Broadway show, everybody goes to the sitting area, and you're treated to a live performance by real rhino actors. Well, not real rhinoceros actors, but real members of the Rhino improv group. Now, the narrator, Detective Wolfhound, will announce,
Mr. Rhino was discovered here in his office and was the victim of blunt force trauma.
and then proceed to tell you the story of what happened. Wolfhound will introduce the 4 suspects, and each hilarious character will come onto the stage and give you their alibis for the murder.
Hello, everyone. I'm Mr. Ocelot. I'm sorry if I'm a little nervous. I was pretty shocked to be picked up as a suspect in a murder investigation.
Hello, I am Mrs. Rhino. I just want to begin by saying I think it's utterly ridiculous that I'm a suspect in the murder of my dear husband. That aside, I'll recount my day.
Don't let the hilarious writing and acting fool you. There are small details hidden in the dialogue that could lead to some logical conclusions that could help you solve the murder. But don't worry if you miss something, a transcript of this part will be available at the front desk for anybody to read whenever you want. So don't worry about it. Now, my junior detectives offer this special Joey hint. They said, pay close attention during this part to the timeline of events. They said that this is very useful in finding holes in the alibis, so keep that in mind. Now, after the actors are done giving their testimonies, what they're gonna do is they're gonna spread out throughout the building. And you can talk to them. Some of them will actually be running the bar in case you want more food or something to drink. You can even interrogate them if you want to. But there's one very special rule for talking to the suspects. They're not gonna tell you anything unless you give them a key word found on a clue. Now, it's time for part 2, hunting for the clues. Once the suspects are done giving their testimony, like I said, a curtain is gonna drop, revealing an elaborate theater set with escape room quality decorations set up everywhere, and rhinos. Rhinos over here, rhinos over there. There's so many rhinos I don't know what to do with them. They love their rhinos. Now, from the little nooks with trash cans that might contain evidence, to police tape-covered crime scenes, to the offices of the suspects, the entire set becomes a playground just for you. But what's the purpose of all this? You are on a hunt. You want to uncover hidden pieces of paper with this symbol on it. Of course, it's a rhino. This symbol means it's a clue. The clue will be a piece of paper and it will relate to the motive or other evidence of the murder. It could be an email or maybe a financial statement of some kind. And it will always have a keyword in big bold letters at the bottom, along with which of the 4 suspects you can tell this keyword to unlock a special bit of dialogue with them. You get 60 minutes to hunt for clues, giving it kind of an escape room-like feel. Now, these clues are very well hidden. Even my team of junior detectives that I sent to try to solve this mystery told me they were not sure if they managed to find all of the clues or not. It is not necessary, they said, to find every clue, but each one you find increases your chances of putting all the pieces together and solving the mystery. Now, these clues are well hidden. Take a look at this shelf. You might guess maybe the clue is in a book, it's just sitting there, but my junior detectives thought this adorable bear looked suspicious. And believe it or not, they found a clue inside of it. How about that? Now, this basket of food contains a clue buried under the contents if you look carefully. And this pocketbook does not belong to one of the mystery hunting teams. Nope, it's a part of the set and there's a clue inside. But it gets even crazier than that, if you can believe it. There are 1 to 2 lockboxes or briefcases hidden around the set, and some of the most important clues are locked away in those cases. In order to get the combination, you have to solve a puzzle hunt level riddle hidden throughout the set, sometimes hidden in other clues. And despite the incredible detail and intelligent evidence the clues provide, they're just funny. These are hilariously written, like everything at Rhino Comedy. Let me read you just a little bit of this clue so you can see what I mean. Alright, at the top it says, from the desk of Miss Armadillo. That's one of the suspects. It's even got the date, June 16th. Very official. Dear Frito-Lay executives, if you even call yourselves that, I am writing this letter to express my immense disappointment at your company's decision to include cheese doodles in your chip snack multi-pack. Might I inquire as to what absolute fool considers a cheese doodle as a chip? It is obviously a puffed corn snack and has absolutely no business being in a chip multi-pack. Office managers across this great nation rely on your snack and refreshment expertise to keep our staff fortified with appropriate tidbits. I approach your products with an open mind and even tried one of these unpleasant cheese doodle inventions and was horrified at the texture, taste, and aesthetics. I cannot control what is stocked in the vending machine or what is offered at the local convenience store, but I can control what victuals I choose to offer in my break room. Until you remove this offending item from your chip multi-pack, I will no longer put... I couldn't stop laughing reading this. Once you have enough clues, it's time for part 3, interrogating the suspects. And remember, you're still on your 60-minute timer when you do this. However, you can do it at any time during the scavenger hunt. Now, I can't play the dialogue, unfortunately, on account of the music that was playing in the background, but trust me, these actors do not disappoint. When you give them a keyword, they give you in-character testimony about what happened. It's so much fun talking to them and listening to their hilarious dialogue. And they give you more information about the motives of the murder, and little tiny details are hidden in there that, if you're clever, could crack the case wide open. Now, when time runs out, and each team is given an answer sheet, hands them in, it's time for the final show. Everyone goes back to their seats, and the suspects come out on stage one at a time, but now they have to tell the truth.
I'm a nice guy. I don't want to cause trouble with anyone. And I like to keep all avenues open and not burn bridges with anyone. I'll admit, it hurt my feelings to learn that Mr. Rhino wanted me fired. Oh, no. Especially when I found out why.
Okay, everyone. Here is my confession. Mr. Rhino
is the best boss that I have ever worked for. He never yelled at me for crying at work or asked any questions when I had to take weeks off to get recentered by my yogi/spiritual guide.
And if you got the answer wrong, oh, they'll let you know it.
I swear this one wasn't me.
Once the murder is revealed, every team that correctly answered every single question about the murder will receive an amazing prize. And which team do you think was one of these winners?
Teams that got it right are the Moorbirds, Garbone's Detective Agency.
My junior detectives never disappoint. Just look at this $25 gift certificate prize. Amazing! I bet it makes you want to subscribe to my channel and like the video. How does it do that? Well, I don't know, but I bet it does. And then, using only the winning teams, a raffle is held to award one of them the grand prize. And who do you think got the grand prize?
Threat level midnight.
What? Not Gaboni Detective Agency. Oh, well, it is random after all. Anyone can win. And my junior detective said that there were grandparents of college kids over there, and there were college kids, unrelated to the grandparents. Anybody of any age can go and have fun with the mystery. The incredibly talented Kelly Blake, my cousin, of course, spent over 48 hours writing, setting up, and managing these mysteries. It's an incredible amount of work. I want to give her a lot of credit for how much fun this looks. And I gotta tell you, if you want to check it out, I'll try to put the links down in the description. But before we leave, I guess I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm sure nothing unusual will happen in the bathroom of Rhino Improv. Oh my goodness!